Is there any sound?
Lose it.
Yes, Devin, there is sound.
Whenever you're ready.
You just want to switch?
Yeah.
We had Flight Simulator. Zaven and Morgan. I'm Zaven, that's Morgan. We were using the Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Our SMART goal, our challenge is to find our way through this application and test out the multiplayer section of the app. Also, it would be a good goal to get the hang of all the controls and how things work in the game. We'll use Microsoft Flight Simulator to accomplish a successful flight by learning how to do the specific thing. We will be able to achieve this in these 4 days by working very effectively. We will be able to complete our goal because we have all the resources and knowledge to successfully master this goal within this amount of time. We are to do this because my partner has done it before and thought it'd be a good
That's a little.
It was fun. It'd just be basically a little fun.
Yeah.
We
kinda
goal
kicked
by either J, 3 or 4.
Thank you.
I don't know.
You know, this is getting posted on YouTube for our parents to see, so that parents can see the presentation.
Oh no.
About our technology, we're using
That's
the
camera.
Devin, we're going.
laptop created by Toshiba. The application we are taking advantage of was the Microsoft Flight Simulator X. This computer was made to withstand heavy detailed flight/settings.
Was it fun? Oh, heck yes! This simple answer for me and Zaven was yes. It was fun. It was Zaven's first time doing it, and I took an aviation class in order to flight simulators, fly drones, all this fun stuff. It was quite the experience. Because also Zaven said he has never done anything like this before. It was challenging also since it was the first time doing it. That's the words from Zaven.
What did we learn? It will be difficult, or we learned that it would be difficult even for experienced flyers with all the realism settings involved. The yoke or the joystick made it a lot harder and more realistic, while in the cockpit you can press every button in there and all of them usually have a function.
What problems did we have? Well, let's read it and find out. Landing was a very complicated problem for both of us. Taking off was fairly easy so that it could be successful. Finding the right runways for the right planes was very difficult. So here's just a little story for you. This game has tons of maps and it's very difficult to find. Yeah, we use the Los Santos and Los Angeles airports, like runway 23 and stuff, for the big 4 jet engine planes. But the bigger planes are going to need a bigger runway. Trying to find a runway after takeoff was somewhat hard after flying for a while.
Relate our launcher to the real world. Well, obviously that's a plane. And that's like a plane in the game.
Yeah, it's like a 360p image.
Yeah.
So you can see a big quality difference right there.
Okay. The experience for me was way different because I had to learn all the controls and all the physics from scratch. I had a few problems with the landing gear not coming out in time. I also had a problem with the whole landing part. I had to get used to the joystick thing. I also had to learn all of the important controls. I had never used the flight simulator before, so it was very difficult for me.
Okay. the experience. When I hopped onto the flight sim, it wasn't as good as the flight sim 2020. The graphics are bad, as well as the engine starts isn't as real as real life. But otherwise, the planes themselves have good detail. You can also press every single button in the cockpit. It's a good game for starters, but for pros, use Flight Simulator 2020 and above.
What I did for most of the days, the first day I was sort of confused on how to work the whole app and stuff, but I still tried flying a plane. The second day I used the same type of plane. I felt a little more comfortable with the game and the joystick thing that I had to use to fly the plane. On the third day I did more of the same thing and didn't really have much variety, but I was trying to land the plane still, which was a challenge. On the last day, I had a lot of variety. I flew a helicopter, a Red Bull plane, and a Boeing 747, which was really difficult.
Okay. What I did for most of the days. The first day, I wanted to try out the stunt plane and work my way up from there. The second day, I moved on to the 737-800 Boeing. And it was nice, but I had a hard time learning what buttons to press to start the engines, etc. The rest of the days I tried different types of planes. I just skipped around and learned some more about the game itself. I moved on to engine fires, oil pressure leaks, engine stalls. It was very fun though. Me and my friend did it together and had some fun.
Just our conclusion. Our challenge is to find our way throughout this application and test out the multiplayer section of the app. Also, it would be a good goal to get the hang of all the controls and how the planes work in the game. The launcher was very good since it wasn't really a launcher. It wasn't as easy to understand. I achieved my goal of landing a plane on a runway.
I achieved my goal by learning what every single button does and the APU, APU fires and stuff like that. You can extinguish the cockpit.
I probably would do it again because it was very interesting and fun. There wasn't really a launcher, so I guess you can't really say anything good about the launcher. My most important success was being able to get a hang of the controls and be able to land a plane cleanly.
My most important success was teaching Zabin how the planes work and how to land, how to fly. That was my most successful.
I learned lots about planes and the realism of them. We didn't really work together since the multiplayer version did not really work that well. I learned that you can put borders around pictures in PowerPoint.
And I learned that from Zabin. And that's our entire slideshow. As always, stay friendly.
Good job switching between each other.
That's my outro. And then, as is always, stay friendly.
All right, the last three people pick a number 1 through 3 each.
One.
Jackson signal 1.
Oh,
One.
Let's go
Jet. Let's go, Jet. All right, Jackson.
Always wants them to call out.
This is the Eiffel Tower. I built it out of Arduino blocks. Ooh, should I bring it over here?
I can help you.
You want help bring it over?
Anyway, this is my launcher. Going bridges with Arduino, but this was the advanced part of that.
Level 2.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh, you go up and down.
Okay. My challenge is to use Arduino architecture kit pieces to build a variety of structures to understand how different shapes work together to create strong buildings and bridges. My SMART goal was to use Arduino pieces to make a scale replica of the Eiffel Tower using instructions. In the the end, I will know that I'm done because the tower will be completely finished. I will be able to make the tower because I have messed with Arduino and Legos. In order to do this project, you'll need to understand how Arduino blocks go together. I'm creating this because I find the architecture interesting and like Arduino blocks. I think that I will reach my goal by day 4. Arduino blocks use real-life architectural practices in order to make scale replicas. They use archways and triangles and everything, just like real architecture to add structural rigidity. The overall build process of the Eiffel Tower kit was smooth. After the first sections, the legs were very difficult to assemble. Connecting them was relatively easy once they were connected and went smoothly. There used to be a picture there, but if I had to guess, I think all my pictures didn't save, so. Oh, there's a picture. This is my first time ever messing with Arduino blocks. I learned the way that they interlock with each other. I learned about the different pieces, and I thought the adjustable height ones were kind of neat. These. What problems did I have? The major problem that I had was trying to separate these little black pieces from this side of the Arduino pieces because they wouldn't come apart. So I used pliers, and that solved that problem. Here it is compared to the real thing. The Arduino blocks did a good job of representing real steel beams and architectural methods. Oh, whoa. Okay. On day 1, I started the most challenging part of the entire build, the legs. These 4 legs were challenging because they didn't stand on their own until I connected them together. So this part here, we made it pretty difficult to put those together. On day 2, I connected the 4 legs into a solid base. Once I finished the main base, I started constructing the middle section of the tower. And Logan, who was not my partner, but he assisted me in mapping out what the remaining portion of the tower would look like. He did a pretty good job. On day 3, I completed the middle section and I attached it to the base. And then I tried to catch up on my journaling, which I hadn't touched this whole time. On day 4, I completed the top section of the tower, which was really straightforward because it's just like a long cylinder part. It was pretty easy. It took only about 10 minutes, and after that, I was able to journal. My challenge was to use Arduino architecture kit pieces to build a variety of structures and understand different shapes work together to create strong buildings and bridges. I completed my challenge in 4 days, and I think I met my SMART goal and enjoyed the project. I might use this launcher again, but I think for now I've seen what I can do with it. The project was fun and pretty easy, but it was long. The only real challenge was beating the time constraints, which I kind of, it took extra time that I didn't need to. I probably would have made it alright without doing that. But yeah, I went pretty good.
Okay. Ready, Parker?
1.
It's got 1, 2.
It's probably gonna be 2.
I knew it.
What's so funny
It's
about
the
that?
bad. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to delete that slide.
Whoops.
Oh no! Oh no!
Just ignore that slide.
Technical difficulties as I stand by.
I
Just saying, Dev combined this whole thing, so I have no idea what's up here.
You swipe.
Arduino. I made a Parker. We used the Arduino breadboard and Arduino software work way in 2015.
Oh no.
I think there you go.
Oh, no.
Our small goal is to learn how to make circuit boards and how to make the lights turn on. You have a clicker? Okay. Oh, you want backwards?
My bad.
About technology, it's a very simple version. We were doing a more simple version of it because but this is more commonly used for light switches and other things like that, like controlling electricity going to it. This is the whole box filled with stuff we used.
It was a lot of
Devin
stuff.
looks so concerned.
That's the box containing Christmas lights I made.
Those were the Redboard kits. They came with an Arduino board and a Redboard, which
No,
gave
they
us
did
our
not come
power.
with a Arduino board. These come from a different project someone else did, but we didn't do them anymore, so we got them. But the school, we got the breadboard later. This is the unboxed version of the breadboard and the wireless I call Christmas lights. This is me thinking about what to do on the first day. These are some of the lights that when they're turned on. There's a light. That's not measuring anything. I did not get any pictures of Parker, sorry.
What have we learned? Electricity can be fun to use, and you learn from your mistakes, like a lot. What problems did we have? Oh, Devin.
So basically, Parker I tried to, at first he did not know how they work, so I kind of had to teach him how to do a little. Mr. Gonzalez helped with teaching Parker. How we fixed our problems is called trial and error.
Relating our launcher to the real world,
This is the Christmas
is
lights
the-
I made.
lights, and those are real Christmas lights.
I need a little, didn't have enough to make that many lights, so sorry. Yes.
Devin was gone one of the days.
Yes, this is Parker's slide. He made this. Parker made this by himself. All by himself.
You can tell I made it. Devin being gone was probably my biggest advancement because I did my first productive thing of the lesson. I created a light with a switch, which may not seem like much, but I knew absolutely nothing coming into this. Problems with Arduino. We had a couple problems with Arduino and ended up not using it much after we got the power source laid out. We thought that the coding was too complicated and we couldn't code a light to blink in a pattern, so we worked on our own version of the project.
Actually, can you go back a slide? This is kind of half right and half wrong. When I made my Christmas lights, I did use some of the coding. I forgot to tell Parker this when he made the slide. Actually, I think I did tell you, but I think you ignored me.
Actually, I have no idea.
And that means you ignored me.
We're recording.
Okay.
This is a good skill to have. This lesson taught of electricity and circuits which relate to the real world in many ways. The smart board we are presenting on right now, and the lights around us right now, and the tablet we are taking video on. They all use electricity, and yeah.
I don't think they were recording on.
So our challenge was to build a program and circuit with Arduino, which we didn't really program, but we built it. We achieved half of our goal because we built a circuit and did not program one. I would not do this launcher again personally because it was too confusing and I didn't accomplish much. I like the aspect of learning from your mistakes and that you are free to be creative as your abilities allow you to. And I learned how complicated electricity is. We created what we could and had some fun while doing it.
Okay. Who's our next partner?
You still got one more, right?
Come on, Devin.
One of one.
It's
We
gonna
picked
be
two.
one.
We picked 1.5.
Oh, look, it's one.
1.5.
I love
You
this
pick one
little
and a
game
half.
that's going on.
All the slides are on
Pican
I told you.
tiene. Pican
So
tiene.
you can check that.
Pican tiene.
I can through the last one.
You go first, we take
What?
turns.
You just forgot to be mine. So I'm gonna make sure you scrap first.
Thank you.
What?
I'll finish up my computer on. Okay, all the slides I put on now.
I think I've added that to my thing like 5 times now.
Anyways, I'm Logan,
I'm what?
and this is fishertechnik, mechanic, and static tube super crane challenge.
Our SMART goal was to build a model crane and modify it using principles of both statics and mechanics to maximize the load weight you can lift. And then our SMART goal was to build a functional crane that allows us to pick up weights.
About our technology. We will learn the mechanical principles of pulleys, how compound pulleys can be used to gain mechanical advantage, and how cranes are engineered for structural strength, and how principles of statics and mechanics are combined to maximize performance of a complex machine.
Excuse me. Day one. On the first day, we managed to get half of the base set up, and we were feeling pretty good about getting this done.
Okay. I guess what did we learn? We learned that cranes are sophisticated compound machines that demonstrate several principles of mechanics and statics. Mechanical aspects of cranes rely on pulleys, gears, and levers to provide mechanical advantages.
What problems did we have? We had problems with reading the instructions, which we overcame them by using team chemistry and working together to get the job done.
That's a real life crane, and this is our robot crane. They both can do similar things, and yeah.
Day two, we took all the pieces out of the bags and started building the foundation of the crane. We were able to build a good enough foundation to hold itself up.
We worked on building the shape of the crane, and now we can see it forming into the shape of an actual crane.
Day four, we found the last pieces and put them together. We were able to build and finish the base of the crane.
Last day, we were able to finish the crane, and it turned out pretty good.
Last slide. Our challenge is to build a model crane and modify using principles of both statics and mechanics to maximize the load weight you can lift.
Our launcher is summed up is a fishertechnik that can create a car and a bridge and many more.
We did achieve our goal and it functions how it should. I would do this again just to go to a harder version of it and hopefully do it just as well.
Sorry.
As we did the first time.
I liked everything about the launcher. I feel like even though it's a super challenge, it wasn't the hardest thing in the world to complete.
The success we had was that we were able to finish the crane.
I learned that cranes are built in a truss system.
My partner and I had a good team knowledge and chemistry together, and we got it done very quickly.
Sorry about that. Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yes, those of us that make actual models can show them off. How does that work?
Oh, I should probably show the computers that we used.
That's down.
Oh, I should have my Christmas lights out.
Yeah, I was going up.
Yeah, after you speak, Thunder.
My break, dude.
You good? Or just showing?
Stay friendly.